Hi there, a very good afternoon. You're joining us here on Wion World is One. I'm Molly Gambhir. We're kick-starting this edition with some big piece of breaking developments coming in. Reports saying at this point that fugitive diamond merchant Nirav Modi has been arrested in the United Kingdom. That's the big piece of breaking information that we're getting to you. The reports at this point telling us that Nirav Modi, the fugitive billionaire, wanted in India for defrauding Indian banks up to the tune of 13,000 crore rupees. One of the biggest banking fraud scams is now arrested in the UK. Let's get in further details now from my colleague Kartikeya Sharma, who's joining us for more on that. Kartikeya, what do we know so far at this point?
See, the preliminary reports are coming in and it's being reported everywhere. And the preliminary reports are that the Nirav Modi has been arrested in London. Now, before we get into the details, we must inform our viewers that after the arrest, he will have to be produced in front of the magistrate, where the option of bail would be open to Nirav Modi. But, one should not get disappointed and disheartened with the fact that, Nirav Modi has an option for bail, because it's a due procedure and it's part and parcel of the law that if you are arrested, you are liable to be open to move the application for bail in the court. But that's the procedural part of it. Now, the background is that the Nirav Modi is a fugitive. He's a fugitive who ran away with the money from Indian public banks. In fact, he fooled the Indian banking system by transferring the money to a number of shell companies abroad. Those shell companies abroad, in name, that money was transferred to America and UK. And the loan which was taken to revive the companies and run the official empire in India was used to buy personal properties abroad. So, in a way, Nirav Modi embezzled taxpayers' money in name of reviving his business, but he ended up leaving India because he was alerted by his people within the establishment that the government is going to crack down on him. But now the hunt was on for him. He was being confronted day in and day out by media in London. And then it was earlier, the reports were that he had fled to a Caribbean country, but finally he resurfaced in UK, where he took residency under a scheme which is available to wealthy, very wealthy citizens. So invest that much of money. And now the reports are in that Mr. Nirav Modi is under arrest, and fugitive Nirav Modi will be taken to the court, and Nirav Modi will have the option of seeking the bail. But Nirav Modi was being pursued by Enforcement Directorate. Government sources yesterday said that they are aware of each and every development in UK, and the papers for the extradition process had been moved. Now, this means that the legal action has kick-started, Molly. It means that the machinery which was not moving because of certain judicial procedures has kicked into action. So now Nirav Modi will not be today, perhaps for some time will be sitting in the comfort of his home. He will really have to argue with the magistrate as to why he should be given a bail. And depending on the view of the magistrate, depending on the way our lawyers argue, fate of Nirav Modi will be decided. But nonetheless, even if he has been arrested for 4 or 5 hours before he is being produced before the magistrate, it's a big win for India. Yes. Because we have seen that millionaires and billionaires like Vijay Mallya, they all fled India after embezzling money, and because they could exploit their the schemes in UK and US of getting residency through a scheme which allows very wealthy people to move in quickly in their country, and that similar loophole was exploited by Nirav Modi.
I was just coming to that, Kartikeya, taking a step back and looking at the way the Indian authorities have cracked the whip when it comes to those who have been defrauding Indian banks and indulging in this massive scam. Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi, to name just a few. Now, Nirav Modi's case, of course, let's also remind our viewers that this follows the arrest warrant that was issued by the UK magistrate there following India's ED, the Enforcement Directorate's request for extradition for Nirav Modi. Kartikeya, it's going to be a long-drawn process as far as the extradition itself is concerned, but as you rightly pointed out, this sets in momentum that entire process following the ED's pursuance of that case with the UK Home Secretary, which then resulted in that case being formally given out to the court, and that resulted in that arrest warrant.
Obviously, you see, this is a PNB bank scam which we are talking about, and just to put numbers in our story. Nirav Modi was arrested in London 2 days after the warrant was issued. He has been arrested after 17 months. 17 months he has been outside India. That was 17 months before he fled India. Now, he is accused in a case which involves 13,000 crore rupees from Punjab National Bank. You know, Punjab National Bank had to reorganize itself. That was the huge shadow of the loan. Now, Nirav Modi was also, Modi, before I answer your question, confronted by a lot of journalists in London, twice, on 2 occasions. But as you can see, as we are playing the visuals, on both accounts, Nirav Modi refused to comment on anything. Now, issue is that how much time Nirav Modi will have to move the upper and middle echelons of judiciary, because like in India, you have the lower courts, high courts and Supreme Court. You know, yes.
Right. Hold that thought. Sorry to interrupt you there, Karthik. I'll just come back to you. Also joining us on the broadcast is Senior Advocate KTS Tulsi and also our London Bureau Chief Mandy Clark. Mandy, if I can quickly ask you to brief our viewers on what the latest is that you have at this point, and then I'll just go across to KTS Tulsi.
Absolutely. Just spoke to the Metropolitan Police. They have confirmed that Nirav Modi was arrested yesterday afternoon in Holborn, and he is due to appear at the Magistrates Court today. We're hearing early afternoon. This is following kind of weeks of him being on the streets. So we've been regularly checking with the Metropolitan Police. So this is as much as we know so far. He has been arrested. In all likelihood, he's currently on bail, but he will appear in court today.
All right, that's the latest that's coming in. Let's also get in a quick reaction now from Senior Advocate KTS Tulsi, who's joining us on the broadcast. So your initial reaction to the information that's now trickling in, as our London Bureau Chief also pointed out, confirming the latest, the arrest of the fugitive billionaire Nirav Modi.
Well, it's a very good thing that India is now hunting down the persons who have looted money from India and not declared in possession of black money, etc. So I'm sure that now this will be taken to logical conclusion, and the government of India will make a request. They will have to send the evidence against him, and thereafter the magistrates court will consider as to whether the evidence is adequate or not. But it's a first success. The case will begin, and we only hope that sooner or later he is brought back to India and made to stand the trial.
Absolutely, sir. Also, your assessment of the stance that's been taken by his defense team so far, sir, if you can elaborate for our viewers the kind of arguments that and your assessment of the arguments that they have been making.
No, I can't see all the evidence that is there is not in public domain. So I can't say as to what all will be in the dossier, which will be sent by the government of India. But I'm sure that everything will be weighed according to.
Or we just lost that line with Senior Advocate KTS Tulsi, but as he was telling us, this is a positive step in the direction of extraditing the fugitive billionaire Nirav Modi. This, of course, is the latest that we're getting to you from London. Nirav Modi has been arrested. This follows the arrest warrant that was issued by the Westminster Court there days after he was spotted in London. Karthik and Mandy have been getting us the very latest. Mandy, if you're still with me, let's also take a step back and put this in context for our viewers. 2 pieces of video footage that had emerged. The first one that showed Nirav Modi roaming around freely in London, and the second one now on our screens of Nirav Modi being coaxed by the media personnel to respond to questions right after that arrest warrant was issued against him.
Yeah, so he had remained fairly elusive in London for an awfully long time. There was speculation that he was here. A lot of the media just couldn't track him down. It was only after the Telegraph first released that footage of him, they had tracked him down, discovering that he had started another diamond business, managed to get a national insurance number. Now that's a big question for the British authorities. how did he manage to get this when there was an international extradition order out for him at the time. So the Telegraph was really the first one to expose this. That led all the rest of the international media. They highlighted where he was living, and then a lot of media pretty much staked out. It was difficult to track him down, but they did catch him on camera and asked him every time he had been asked about returning to India. His answer has been no comment. Just now, we've got that confirmation that the Met did indeed arrest him yesterday. In all likelihood, he's on bail. We'll find out, though, when he appears in court later today.
All right, stay with me, Mandy, as we continue to track the latest that's coming in.